Hello YouTube, Evil Twin X here again, and after a little bit of a break with all the holidays, it's the new year and I'm getting right back into getting my lathe all up and running. So I'm back in the garage and it is 47 degrees in here. A little bit chilly. I'm going to put on my space heater and get to work. I'm going to start with the headstock. You can see there's a ton of crud in there. And I think I damaged this bearing dust cover a little bit. I don't know if you can see that dent when I was pulling the spindle out. So I'm going to see if I can try and straighten that out. But I just want to clean this up, get all that crap out. I was debating if I wanted to take this apart and get in there and give this a good cleaning, but it seems to spin pretty freely, so I think I'm going to leave this alone. I don't want to sort of mess with taking all this apart. And I did examine all these teeth and they are all there and in really good condition. So I'm just going to start cleaning this up. Make it look brand new. Crud Mud City. Looks like bat barf. This is going to be really messy, so I put this in this Tupperware so I can just pour that degreaser on this and not get goop everywhere. I'm trying to clean the teeth. I'm using this brush that hasn't been used much because it's all nice and tight, and I can get in the individual individual teeth. And then I use this thing, who's looks like needs a haircut, to scrub everything else down. And it's coming along quite nicely. A lot of the grease and gunk is clearing up, and I'll wipe it down with a lot of paper towels, and I'll show you guys the results in a little bit. Alright, I've been at this for about an hour and a half, but I'm pretty happy with the results. I mean, you can see in here it looks almost brand new. I tried to save this label, but it did get eaten up a little bit. I guess it's where the lathe was purchased. Thought it was kind of cool. But you can see how this gear cleaned up really nice. Instead of black, now it's kind of a gray. I got all cleaned up as best I could. I'm pretty happy with this. I did knock this off, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this over to the anvil, see if I can straighten out that bit of damage that happened right there. So I'll do that next. But that's the headstock. Alright. Dirty. Dirty. Clean. Alright, let's move on to this. Alright, I got my anvil set up. I'm just going to use this wooden dowel and a mallet, and I'm just going to try to work out that dent. We'll see how it goes. So this part here got a little smashed. I'll have to file that. Yeah, I'll have to file that. Make sure it doesn't scrape up the spindle. But it's much better than what it was. Alright, we'll have to leave that. See what it looks like when I put the spindle back together. This headstock being cleaned. Once again, I'm pretty happy with the results. It looks almost brand new. There was like a super amount of crud inside there, and it's all gone. Gears all nice and cleaned. And today, we're going to continue the cleaning process. And I'm going to tackle the Pick-o-matic gearbox. It's in pretty good condition. I just want to get up all the nose in here and trying to get rid of that old cruddy oil and stickiness and any sawdust. So stay tuned. I'm going to get jiggy with my gears. So this technique worked out pretty well where I just placed this in this tub and I can just pour the cleaning solution over, not worry about it having to go everywhere, and I can just clean away. So we're going to continue doing that. So just to point out, just using nylon brushes so it's not too abrasive. Just want to be able to just scrub off all that gunk that's in here. I had let this soak for a little bit, and the technique that I found out that works is if I just turn one gear and slowly rotate it as I scrub away. Now I probably, if I was doing a full restore, would dismantle all this, but I don't think it really needs it. It just needs a little bit of a good cleaning and we'll be good to go. So lots of scrubbing, but you can tell it's getting cleaner. Also, look at this crud, how dark that is. So I'm going to keep going. You know, I have to wipe these down. I'm gonna have to look at the manual. These came out and I'm not exactly sure of the right way to put these back in, so I'm gonna have to double check that. But you know, these gears, they look nasty, but when you wipe this down, they come out nice and clean. So they go from black to this dull gray. I'm just trying to get in between all these teeth as best I can and try and clear out what's in the deep groove part. And sometimes I have to use this little bit of a pick. And once again, I just want to make sure I can get as clean as possible so there's as little wear as possible on these gears that are made out of Zamax. Though I think these might be actually metal, full metal. I don't think this is an alloy. Something like this is. So I'm going to keep going because this is boring as anything, and I don't want to have any of you guys stab your eyeballs out in boredom watching me do this. So I'm going to keep going and show you the results. Well, here's the end result. Gearbox is all clean. Got tons of gunk off of it. Cleared it, cleaned everything up. I'm pretty happy with how clean everything is. It's not perfect, but it is 1,000 times better. And once again, examining all these gears, they are in tip-top shape. They have little to no wear and none of the teeth are missing. So I'm really happy about that. And here are some of the other pieces that cleaned up really nicely. Once again, these aren't Zamex. This is actual steel. And this is a Zamex gear. You can tell the difference. This is like a dull gray. This is like super shiny. This has some heft to it. But these cleaned up really nicely. So I'm going to call cleaning of the gearbox the headstock done. And I'm going to move on to the next phase where I'm going to start putting the stuff back onto the lathe. One thing I do want to address before I do that, and I'll do that in another video, is I have a couple of oil caps that are missing or broken, and I actually have replacements. So I just need to figure out how to change those out. But I'll do that at a later time. But thanks for watching, guys. I'm getting excited. One more step done in the lathe project, and hopefully she'll be up and running sooner than later. Thanks for watching. Evil Twin X signing off. Ow! Ugh. I knew I should have worn my gloves.